Now, I don't know how long you've been involved in rodeo. I don't know what events you participate in. But I can promise you one thing. If you want to become a champion, if you want to go as far as possible, you have to work on training the mental part of your sport. And I don't even know if you're aware that there is a mental part, but I can tell you if you get too nervous before a rodeo, before you're a run, if you focus on the wrong things, if you don't believe in yourself, if you can't let go of a bad run, then you won't perform to your potential. Now, Katie was a 16, 17-year-old cowgirl that I worked with who competed in goats and roping. Really, really talented, and even as a 16-year-old was being scouted by a college that had a team that wanted to sign her. And the problem with Katie was she was much too hard on herself. She was much too outcome focused before her performances. Now, before she got good, there was a lot more relaxed quality to her performance. She was having more fun. She wouldn't beat herself up if she didn't do well. And as a consequence, most of the time she did well. Most of the time she had fun. As she got a little bit of attention from the college coaches, what happened was she got more serious about her sport. Now, you certainly want to be serious about your sport, but only in your commitment to getting good, only in your time investment, how much work you put into it. When you go to compete at a rodeo, you don't want to be serious. You want to trust yourself. You want to let the run happen, let the performance happen. So I sat down with Katie and we started talking about her expectations and the extreme amount of pressure she was putting on herself and how hard she was after a bad run and how she was analytical and she was thinking about all the things she did wrong. And we talked about how that needs to happen afterwards in practice, and that what you need to learn to do when you compete is keep your focus in the moment on what you're doing. You need to be able to let go of mistakes. Now, as Katie learned to do that, as Katie learned to have the ability to kind of keep outcome away from her, how well she wanted to do, she was able to relax more into her performances. And as a consequence, her performances consistently got better. And more important than that, she was a lot calmer when she competed and she started having more fun. And she's in college right now, in her freshman year, having fun, doing really well, and performing consistently better because she put some time into working on the mental part of her sport. Regardless of the event you're in rodeo, if you want to get really good, you have to spend time working on this. Now, whether you do what Katie did and work one-on-one with me, whether you work with some of my training material, my audio programs, my workbooks, because again, I see these problems all the time. I know they're fixable. I know they're workable, which is why I've developed this training material. But if you'd like to know what's the best route for you, give me a call, send me an email. But understand that if you want to take your game to the highest level, you have to get really good at working on this mental side, on developing these mental skills. Because that's how you become a champion. You train yourself physically, good technique, strength, speed, and you train yourself to have mental toughness.